If anything, JB.
Everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say less.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS. Good morning. And welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz, and along with me is the man with the buys, the man with the tries, the one, the only, John Borba. Welcome, John Borba. Yes.
How do we sound? We sound good?
Oh no, you sound terrible. Dang it. Let's exit out and let's come right back in, JB. And while I wait for you to get your audio fixed, we'll go ahead and let's jump in to the week that is the NFL Week 3 lineup that we have. Hell of a show we got going on. While we wait for John Borba to join us, I do have my buddy, our gambling guru, our Packer enthusiast, Earl Robinson. Earl, what's happening, bro?
What's up, Renee? Good morning.
Good morning. I hate to put Borba on blast, but...
Well, he's not even here to defend himself.
Nope. I'm not going to... I mean, he's going to have his moment to be able to do it, but his audio is acting up. But that's what happens when you decide to show up 30 seconds before the show kicks off. You can't test anything. Damn it, Borba.
There we go.
Shame. Let's bring him on because Earl's got a lot to talk about. Maybe some jabs at the Vikings. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we do have a big slate today. We're gonna run through each game, give us a small break, or give you guys a small breakdown, and give you guys our picks, and hopefully some hitters in the betting world. Hopefully we'll have those for you guys. But Earl, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I appreciate you joining us. John Borba, welcome to the show.
Yo.
Oh, bro, no.
Caramel, man.
No. Yo, it's all right. We'll Sorry. All right, let me refocus. Let's regather here. E-Rob, thanks for joining us. Let's just talk about real quick. Let's get right into what Week 3 is, and I just want to know. Let me ask you guys this: what would be your opening statement to somebody that doesn't watch football? What's your Week 3 opening statement? Borba, I'll start with you.
Man, you gotta start with the guy with the mic problems, huh?
It's okay. Let it rip.
Opening statement. Week 3 opening statement. I would say, injuries are already piling up in the NFL. So battle of the backups this week, Cincinnati and Minnesota. Injuries are piling up. How are these teams going to handle adversity? It's already after week 1, we already get adversity. So now that week 3 is here, early in the season, we're already having adversity. So how are these teams going to respond? Are these going to break? Are these going to make or break teams now? Now we got to grind. We're going to have to get into the some of the thick portions of the schedules for some of these teams. Some of these other teams, there's a lot of question marks. There's a couple panic buttons going on in Kansas City. So injuries are piling up. How can these teams handle adversity? I've seen talk shows, giving Kansas City the benefit of the doubt, stating that once they get these guys back, once they get Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice off suspension, like this team is going to turn things around, get explosive on offense again. Same thing with Minnesota, already counting out J.J. McCarthy. Is Carson Wentz going to have that Nick Foles, energy in the back of his pocket, like what happened in 2017, 2018? Is he going to kind of turn the tides around? So there's adversity already in the NFL when it comes to these injuries, and how are these teams going to respond to it? So we'll find out.
A little adversity for a lot of us this weekend, including JB kicking off the show. Mike, don't know what's going on. It's all right. We'll grind right through it like those Vikings will this weekend on Sunday. Earl, what would be your opening statement for Week 3?
Well, before opening statement for week 3, just shout out for week 2. Right, a lot happened week 2, but quick shout out for Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. I think they're looking really good. The end of the game drive to beat Houston was impressive on the road. So I think if you're a Bucks fan, you're excited. And then they get to play the Jets this week at home with Justin Fields out. So likely a 3-0 start for the Bucks. So I think that fan base is excited. But in addition, I mean, week 3, I think one of the premier matchups for this week is the Rams at the Eagles. So I'm excited for that game. Recap of what the divisional round last year, where the Eagles kind of started to pull away, and then the Rams had a late comeback and ultimately could have won the game. So I'm excited to see that rematch. I think the Rams have also looked really good in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, that'll be fun. My opening statement will be that Dak Prescott will be Offensive Player of the Week.
Is that because they're going to have to score 40 points again to win?
I don't know about to win, but it is very likely that they'll put up 40 points. And I do, we'll get there. We'll get there. I don't want to start the show just glazing over the Dallas Cowboys like I always do. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I appreciate the little jab that you just threw at me. Love it. Let me ask you guys this. With that, we'll kick off with if the Chiefs lose. There's a bunch of 0-2 teams left in the league here, but the Chiefs being the primary focus, going against another 0-2 Giants team. JB, if the Chiefs lose, what's that mean?
Chiefs are not losing. I'm just going to say that. They are
Let's
going
go.
to derail.
Let's go. Hold on, time out.
Microphone?
You sound beautiful.
Good?
Yeah, you sound so
Yes.
good.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We're back.
First
We're
of all,
back. All right.
Chiefs 0-3. Don't even put the sentence together. They will absolutely derail the New York Giants and put everything in perspective, I guess you could say. I don't know, but it's gonna be a long day for Russell Wilson. I'm gonna say that. I think they're gonna absolutely just tee off on him. 0-3 and Chiefs do not put that in the same sentence because I think they get everything on track. I think the leadership in that locker room, Mahomes, those guys, like their backs are up against the wall now, and I think there's no better opponent to take it out than the New York Giants and what they got going on. So I think we're not going to see the same rust from last week. Absolutely not. And who got actually kind of bailed out by an awful secondary in Dallas, let's just say that, made Russ look like 2013 rainbow ball floating that bad boy through the air. Absolutely just slicing and dicing that defense apart. So that's not going to happen in Kansas City. Heck no. They're going to tee off on Russ and make his day hell. I will say that.
Borba's statement. There's no if. Chiefs
There's no
aren't
if.
losing. Earl, let me ask you the same question. If Chiefs lose, what does that mean?
I agree. I don't think the Chiefs have any shot to lose against the Giants.
No shot.
Ultimately, they've lost to 2 teams that are going to compete into December and January this year in the Chargers and the Eagles. I think the only reason we're talking about their 2 losses and them being 0-2 is because it's the Chiefs and nobody is used to the Chiefs starting out slowly. And at the end of the day, if you get Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, whether that's a wild card or winning the division, nobody wants to play the Chiefs. There's not a single team in the AFC that's going to be like, we'll take the Chiefs round 1. So I think we got to pump the brakes. And then Borba hit on this a little bit earlier, but they're pretty beat up. Everybody's got injuries, but when you're out your top 2 receivers, I mean that's tough for any quarterback. And both of them are playmakers. So when they get back, it's going to be a completely different offense.
So you guys are telling me that the NFL is a team sport, not an individual thing.
Very much
Everybody
so.
on TV, everybody on Twitter and on TV, or X, now known as X, is telling me this is an individual sport. Patrick Mahomes should be able to carry this Chiefs team with or without wide receivers. That's what X is telling me. But from you guys, sounds like you're being logical. It's a team sport. They're missing their dynamic offensive weapons. Like you guys said, let's relax. Let's chill out. I do think if they lose, though, it's going to get so loud. so loud, especially if they lose to the Giants who just lost to the Cowboys. It's gonna get so loud. I'm kind
Yeah.
of here for it. E-Rob, you're somewhat in a split household, right? Nah, somewhat. Kind
Somewhat.
of have some Kansas City Chiefs fans on that side. If they did lose, since you guys just completely avoided the question, if they did lose, what would that look like in Kansas City, Earl?
I mean, the fan base is going to be upset if you lose to the Giants. So I don't care who you are. Um, But at the end of the day, the Chiefs have just had so much success that like they get the benefit of the doubt. They don't have to win their division. They just need to
I like
get
it.
into the playoffs healthy. Like that's the most important part. You give Patrick Mahomes a shot. I mean, we can look at it for sure last year, maybe the last couple years where the Chiefs you think that they should lose a game and they just always find a way to win, whether that's regular season or postseason. That hasn't happened so far in the regular season, but to me, I'm going to give them that benefit of the doubt, especially if they're healthy going into the playoffs.
For sure. 100%. And not to make anybody nervous, but if they did lose, they would be following this game up against the Baltimore Ravens and then heading over to a team that we don't really know what they are, but potentially good. They'll be going over to Florida to play the Jaguars. Well, not Florida. Or, yeah, in Florida, sorry. The Jaguars. So that'll be interesting. If they drop this, damn. But, like you guys said, there's no chance whatsoever they're going to put the beat down. E-Rob, let's see. Dolphins and Bills. The Bills are rolling 2-0. They control the AFC East. Miami's under pressure after a poor defensive showing. The line favors Buffalo big, and when I say big, I mean huge. It's almost disrespectful. It's sitting at 11.5. I saw some books have it at 12.5. Dang. What's your expectations for this game, Earl?
Yeah, I saw the line at 13 when I looked last night. I for sure expect Buffalo to win. I think they should dominate. I don't know if dominate is winning by 30 points like they did last week against the Jets, but I think the Bills should have a pretty easy time with the Dolphins. Ultimately, I don't know who the Dolphins are. Like, is Tua going to show up and throw four touchdown passes, but their defense gives up 45? Or is Tua going to throw four interceptions and their defense gives up 45? Either way, I think the Bills are going to put up a lot of points against that defense, and they should win that game pretty easily.
Earl? Earl Borba, what are your expectations from this game? Or actually, let me ask you a different question. Because we all kind of feel like this is going to be a snoozer tonight. Not sure how Miami gets it. I mean, we know why Miami got the primetime game. Obviously, the schedules are made before the season starts. So your expectations is the Dolphins were supposed to be good. Now, seems like everything's kind of burning up over there, E-Rob. Or Borba, is it fair to say that Mike McDaniels may possibly not have a job after tonight?
I don't think it's gonna. Well, now that I think about it, if they get just killed and they fire Mike McDaniel's, it's kind of like a mini bye week too. So it would be kind of a good time to fire him to get everything kind of in order.
Yeah.
Have the interim head coach step up and all that stuff, kind of implement what he wants to do. But I don't know. I think it's still a little bit early for him to get fired. But if they get just, he's already on the hot seat. I feel like. So it's going to be interesting to see if he actually gets fired. I don't think he gets fired after week 3. Like if they just don't come
You
out
think
and
he gets
then play
fired,
good at
Earl?
all.
I mean, if they come out and don't put up any points, then I could see an argument for it. Like he's an offensive minded coach.
Yeah.
I don't think he brings anything to the defensive side of the football. If they lose to the Bills, 35-45, like maybe the defensive coordinator gets fired. I agree that as the head coach, he's on the hot seat, but that they have to score points, and I feel like that will dictate his future more than wins and losses, which is at least for like a mid-season firing. I think by the end of the season, like if they're under 500, it's probably time to move on.
And
Yeah.
regardless of the outcome tonight, do we even, as of right now, and would you guys agree with me? We don't see the Dolphins as a playoff team whatsoever.
No.
Nope.
So take the L and keep it moving. That's what I'm hearing from you guys. It's what's interesting. What will get juicy is when they do lose tonight. What's the future look like for Tyreek Hill? If you're a fantasy owner, going into the draft, it seemed like a lot of people were hesitant to get Tyreek Hill in the first round, opposed to what it's been like in the past. If you're a fantasy owner of Tyreek Hill, are you optimistic about the future as far as him like getting traded, or do you guys see Miami not moving on from Tyreek Hill, right? That seems like the piece that would get moved if someone was going to go first, right? And that's not a shot at Tyreek Hill. It just seems like they would get the most out of him by trading him. Is that fair
Yeah,
to say?
no,
One of you
I
boys?
I agree. I mean, I think if the Dolphins realize their season's over, he's the piece that they could trade and get something of value. I don't think they're getting anything near a first round pick for Tyreek Hill, just given his age and his contract. Now, I think he could go to the right team and definitely have an impact, but I think he's still one of the highest paid receivers and really hasn't performed that way for the last year, maybe 2 years. So when you think about his trade value, like I don't think it's going to be a high profile pick that you have to give up to get him because there's only going to be a handful of teams that are willing to pay him and eat that cap space to have him around when he's what 32 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh well, the future hopefully looks bright for Tyreek Hill. Let's move on to your favorite team here. Shout out Mikey for joining the show. Matt, shout out. See you guys in the comments. Appreciate it. Packers at Browns. This is an 11 o'clock game, if I'm correct here, or 11 o'clock game for us, Mountain Standard Time, 12 o'clock for you out there in Texas. But Green Bay's passing offense looking dangerous, right? Jordan Love looks pretty good. You guys got an injury to one of y'all's key wide receivers. His name is Mr. Reed, numero 11, who I believe told Micah Parsons $1 million if he wanted the number. I think I heard that correctly in an interview. Micah said, "No, sir," because then you actually have to buy the jerseys back that aren't sold.
Reed, yeah,
What's his first name? What's it? Jordan?
Jaden,
It's not Jordan. Jaden
Jaden.
Reed. Jaden Reed. You have to buy back the jersey. So Micah said, "Nah, the Lord put me on this earth because I'm the chosen one," and that's how he ended up with numero uno. And numero uno, oh, before you break down this game for us, there was a package delivered to you yesterday. You sent me a nice little picture of the new edition.
It does look
Wha-
better in green and gold, doesn't it?
Oh man,
That's rough.
that's so crazy, bro.
So I
It still
had
still
my
blows my mind.
buddy's wedding in Dallas last weekend, and I was really hoping this jersey was going to get here in time to wear it out and about in Dallas. It did not. It showed up last night, but the pictures were sent. It's beautiful. Excited to wear it on Sunday.
And what are your expectations from this game Sunday?
I mean, we should beat the Browns. I think by two scores. It's an away game, and the Browns always play good at home. They've got a good
Yes, they do.
defense, so I don't think we're gonna put up a ton of points. Like somewhere in the 20s is where I would guess we should put up. If we get some sort of defensive score or multiple turnovers, maybe that increases. But I don't think we'll completely blow them out on the scoreboard. I think we should dominate the game, but you still got to block Myles Garrett. We had two offensive linemen that did not play against the Commanders on Thursday night, right guard, right tackle. If you watch that game, they got a lot of penalties, a lot of false starts, a lot of holdings. So I'm hoping that our starters are healthy for Sunday, given the additional rest, because I wouldn't want to see them trying to block Myles Garrett. So that could be disruptive. But I mean, I feel good. We should go into this game and win.
Oof. That game only makes me nervous because of that defense. I feel like Cleveland is wasting a lot of talent. It's time to bench Joe Flacco. Give us one of the rookies. Let us know what you have out there in Cleveland. You have an offensive line. It just feels like Cleveland just continues to waste quarterback talent while they have him sitting there on the side. Borba, what do you think about this game?
Well, I mean, obviously Packers they got to keep doing what they're doing. The only thing that kind of concerns me is going to be that pressure on Jordan Love a little bit. So maybe Cleveland can try to disrupt some timing, get Jordan Love moving a little bit, make him a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket, speed up his internal clock in his head to get rid of the ball a little bit sooner. But other than that, I mean, what Green Bay's defense is doing right now is good. So like it's for guys like Joe Flacco in that offense, I think they're going to struggle. It's going to be hard to put up points. It's been hard for all these teams so far, week 1 and week 2, with the Commanders to put up points against them. So I think they keep it rolling. They get an easy win. I want to say easy, but they should win, like I said, by about, like Earl said, about 2 touchdowns, 2 scores, 14, 17 points maybe. I don't think they score 40 points or anything like that, but I think it would be like maybe a 27-10 win, something like that. I'm expecting something like that. And just got to show up. Just got to show up and play.
Yep. So I'm assuming, Earl, you're picking the Packers to win, yeah?
For sure.
Hell yeah. And just give us your closing statements before we let you go here on Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you joining us here, Rob. What you had? It seemed like you had a little something to say to Borba.
Well, actually, first I want to talk about that Dallas secondary. I want to hear your reaction to that. I mean, 37 points against the Giants. What do you think? The secondary got worse, or what happened?
No. Honestly, I think it's just the fact that we have a new defensive coordinator. It feels like the team is slowly getting comfortable with his scheme. And if you notice, we run a lot of zone right now, and it feels like a lot of those 2 deep plays where they, especially the one where they take the lead, it just feels like it seemed like Diggs got confused. He thought the safety was going to have him over the top. It just seems like right now we're just kind of trying to get the scheme together, trying to get the players fit into the scheme. I don't feel like it's a coaching issue. I feel like we're in position. Like in week 1, I felt like the players were always in a good position. One play that stands out to me the most is whenever Diggs comes off the end blitzing and then just completely whiffs the tackle on Jalen Hurts. We saw too much of that in week 1, and then now in week 2 it seems like a communication issue. So week 3, my expectations is that we clean that up. Eberflus going against a former team, you'd expect him to kind of gloat, show off on his defense just a little bit. So my expectation for the Cowboys is, let's relax. Those heavy points. Let's not forget we played a high-powered offense in week 1, and I think we only gave up 20 points.
24.
Who's counting? So let's chill. I get it. It was the Giants. I get it. It's funny. Ha ha. All right, that stuff happens.
Considered a high-powered offense?
I don't think so.
But let's remember. Let's remember. Let's just have the same perspective.
High-powered offense. What I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't consider the Eagles. I would consider them an efficient offense, not high-powered.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I mean, Renee,
you know what?
You guys were missing a closer on the defense.
You guys missing a closer.
Somebody to make Diggs, look like a Pro Bowl corner again.
Yeah. No, that is true. Like and what's crazy? We are feeling that. We are feeling that Micah Parsons lost right now, but I feel like the difference is like we are kind of like Jerry Jones did say we're going to stop the run, and we have been. We've held running backs less than 100 yards, which is pretty big. If Micah Parsons is on that team, I don't know that it looks much different. To be honest, this team was giving up over 25. Yeah, but that defense was still giving up over 23 points last year. Like and granted, I know we scratch off last year because Dak didn't play, but Buddy was still playing defense, and we still hold Myles Garrett, TJ Watt's about to get crucified for his defense, regardless of what his play looks like. It's his defense. He's the captain of that defense. So, pump the brakes, chill out, relax a little bit. Let's see what happens this week, and then we can really get critical about what we see.
This is Diggs.
I think right now it's
Diggs. After I see every game, he's just like pointing at every game I see him doing the same thing, pointing at somebody else when he's the one blowing the coverage.
Which is
an average subpar corner.
Relax, chill.
I agree.
100%.
Chill. What are we doing? What top 10? What are we talking about here?
No,
where are we putting him?
Well, this isn't 2022. He is not top 10.
But you're criticizing based off of that season. Which, slow down. He's coming off of ACL injury. Let's chill out. New defense. It's a zone scheme. opposed to what Dan Quinn had, where it was a lot of man to man. You rely on your own abilities. Now he's getting some help. So let's relax. I just think we need to relax just a little bit. Let's let week 3 play out and let us beat down on Caleb Williams, and then we'll see what you say on Monday on Overreaction Monday.
Caleb
We'll see
Williams
what you
has a
say
field
on
day.
Overreaction Monday.
Caleb
But what are
Williams
you
has
going to
a field
say?
day.
What are you going to
I
say
got him
when he
starting.
doesn't?
I got him starting.
What are you going to say when he doesn't? You're going to say it was Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears. Of course he's supposed to do that. That's exactly
Well,
we're already setting it up perfectly. All right, we're done jabbing at me here. Now let's go ahead and let's move on to JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings, because that's really what you wanted to get to. At least that's what you told me.
No, I want to hear Borba's perspective on what I mean. This week you get the Bengals, right, and they obviously don't have Burrow, so it's. I mean, if anything, I would say taking Burrow off the Bengals is a harder hit than taking McCarthy off the Vikings, right? So I
yeah,
feel
for
like
sure.
this week you're probably optimistic you can get a win without McCarthy. I think I heard he's out 2 to 4 weeks. There's a bye week somewhere in there, maybe at the
Week
end of
6.
4, so you could get him
Week
out
6.
5 weeks. What's the goal as a Vikings fan? I mean, have you looked at the schedule? Where do you
Well,
how's that change your season outlook?
so here's the thing. I think
Gosh.
obviously looking at the track record of the Vikings and facing adversity when it comes to starting quarterback going out and then having a backup come in. We've had Case Keenum come in 2018. We've had a couple other guys step in. KOC has been really good with backup quarterbacks. So, what if I were to tell you that having Carson Wentz might be the perfect backup for this situation because he's got a lot of experience. He's looked good at times for some of these franchises that he's played for in the past. So, if there's a guy that can possibly have a resurgence into his career after coming off so strong. What was that in 2017, 2018? And then ever since then, just kind of fallen off of a cliff, but making a couple splash plays here and there. There's no better person to do that right now than Carson Wentz and KOC having that guy to back you up in the corner. So I see a little bit of a magical run on the way. Now there's a couple different scenarios. We could just dominate, could go like 3-0 into the bye, be 4-1 going into the bye, and then we start getting some speculation. Okay, what are we gonna do? Is this still JJ McCarthy's team? Do we let him kind of sit out? Are we rushing him back in? Do we create a controversy here? Um, or he could split, go 2-2, whatever. Then you're like, okay, JJ McCarthy's our starter after the bye week. I think a lot of this sitting whole thing is kind of happening because not only is JJ McCarthy hurt, but right now KOC, I'm not gonna lie, KOC is calling really bad offense. He's making a lot of bad play calls. He's doing a lot of
Playing scared.
playing scared, but he's also calling long developmental plays. I've been seeing a bunch of clips where it's like these long developing routes, 10 to 15 yards downfield. We're not necessarily attacking a quick game. We have no quick game in our arsenal right now at all. Our offensive line is not clicking at all. We got 3 injuries on the O line right now. After that week 2 game, 2 guys went out with concussions. So right now we don't have like a starting O line. I think it's too overwhelming for a guy like McCarthy to come in. So I think that's one of the reasons why they don't have him on the IR, because then he has to miss four games and then he comes back after the 5th game. They keep it open because if this team gets healthy again, you get Darisaw back, a couple of the O linemen back, and then KOC gets his groove with the play calling again. I think that's the biggest issue is the play calling on offense right now. So they're not doing anything to help McCarthy out. And of course, everybody that's not really paying attention or follow the Vikings like that, the first thing they're going to do is blame McCarthy. You know what I mean? It's just dude's a bust, blah, blah. You got to remember, this is his first start this is his first season starting and playing football since he was like 19, 20 years old. So, and that was in the national championship game. That was
This is his
technically his
first
last
season.
football game. So I think they're putting a lot on the kid at the time. They're not really helping him at all. And I have a lot to blame on Hawkinson, a lot to blame on the O-line. These guys look washed. The running game is not there. Aaron Jones, I mean, golly, man. The execution just isn't there to help him out at all. So
All right, 2 reactions and I got to drop. One, when
Yeah.
you said the Bengals could go 3-0, 4-0, I laughed, but then I looked at the schedule real quick. You've got the Bengals this week.
Yep.
I don't even think they put 11 guys out there on defense, so that
No,
could be different.
exactly. I think it's a great game to start with for
You've
Gwen.
got the Steelers. Their defense, we thought they had one. We'll see, right? They've given up 30 points, I think, in back-to-back weeks. The Browns, they have a defense, but they don't have an offense. So there's 3 games that if Wentz plays decent, you could win.
Yep.
Then you have the bye week in Philly. Probably not going to beat Philly,
Probably
but
not.
who knows, right? So yeah, those 3 weeks are winnable, potentially winnable games. I'd
Yeah.
agree with that.
2-1.
The offensive line point is where I was going to go. Even if, and I don't know when the injuries happened to the O line. I don't know if they were healthy for most of week 1 and 2 or what, but that's what I noticed watching the Vikings play against the Bears week 1 even is
Yeah.
McCarthy's running for his life. And you can have weapons like Jefferson and Hawkinson and Addison when he comes back. But if you can't block and give him a little bit of time to read the defense, that's lights out for a rookie quarterback. Like he's not reading blitzes like this, right, and getting the ball out. So I totally agree. That's what I saw with the Vikings, and that's what I think they need to clean up to kind of give him a better shot.
100%. 100%.
And
Start
two?
the line. Then the
No,
play
that was
calling
two.
after
Did
that.
too.
That was 2. All right, boys, I got to
Okay.
drop. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I appreciate you joining us, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Earl Robinson. Thank you, Rob. Bro, I love football so much. Like that little back and forth is so beautiful because you just slowly saw yourself talking yourself into how Carson Wentz is going to save the organization. I love it because that might be the most
Part of the track
relatable
record.
thing.
Part of
But
the track
hear
record.
me out real quick. Hear me out real quick. That might be the most relatable thing, JB. And I think a lot of football fans go through this. Where, overreaction Monday, if your team loses, you're kind of in the dump, right? You don't want to watch anything. You really don't want to watch Sports Center. You don't want to watch any of the ESPN shows or just any show in general, right? And then on Tuesday, you kind of get over it a little bit, and you're like, all right, this is what I saw. This is what I thought. This is what it feels like we're going to improve on. Then you kind of start looking at, all right, what angles can we take here? And then about Wednesday, you're slightly over it, but you're still a little bummed out. Then we get to Thursday, Friday, and then by Saturday night, I mean, we're full delusional. Like we've talked ourselves into a victory on Sunday. And that's what I love about it. And that's why I hate when people completely lose their shit about losing, which I get it. You should. That's what Monday's for. But come Sunday, if you think your team is going to lose and has no chance, why even watch football? Like that's got to be the most miserable perspective on life. Is how do you not talk yourself into, call it delusion, it's a sport. It's fun. You're not supposed to be miserable. Like enjoy it. You're gonna be miserable for like get yourself up high. Those are the best. Those are the best. And I've unfortunately been on the wrong end of those. But when you get yourself up here, oh, it feels so good. But that drop, and I'll never skydive. I'll never bungee jump. But I'm assuming that that's what that feels like. When you get yourself up here because of your team and they just ruin you and you just the adrenaline dump is crazy. Now, would I like to feel what it feels like to be up here and then you just stay up there and you're just like, oh my God. I would love that feeling more than anything. I can't wait to feel that feeling. I don't know when it's gonna come. And I'm gonna talk myself into every week that our team is gonna make some noise in the playoffs. We want to dance, baby. Yo, Dallas, we want to dance, baby. Give us a reason to dance come January. But JB, anyways, I love it. I love how we slowly during the week we find a way to talk ourselves into our teams winning.
Two ways
And
you
like
can look at
and
it.
like yeah, and also, hey, like I said yesterday, that's a Super Bowl champ. that's about to trot that team out there in Minnesota. And when the horn blows, ah, Carson Wentz. Why not? Why not you? Why not you? Why not this week? Why not make a controversy about the
Yep.
quarterbacks in Minnesota?
Yep.
Can AOC recreate what he's been? Bro, you know what? You want to know what sucks? Is these OCs that are like gurus are supposed to be geniuses. How come they never have great quarterback talent? You know what and I'm not saying JJ McCarthy is going to be a bust. I think it's a little too early. I mean, but based off of I don't know JB. But whenever we saw him at Michigan, it's not like he was some standout athlete or throw or passer of the ball. I mean, what Michigan was known for is pounding the rock. So I don't know what to expect out of Minnesota. Good luck. I hope you guys do win for the sake of our show. Our show is better if the Vikings are winning and the Cowboys are winning. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. But JV, let's go ahead and we'll get back, or let's just give our prediction for that game. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a barn burner. Absolutely. You're going to see a lot of big plays made. I think Jamar Chase gets the ball force fed to him. One thing Jake Browning does really good is getting his weapons involved. He's a gunslinger. He might turn the ball over once or twice, but he's going to put up yards. And the thing is can that offensive line hold up? One thing that the Vikings have done pretty decently is pressure quarterbacks. So that's going to be another big thing. And who gives up the most hits in the league? That O line. That Cincinnati Bengal O line gives up a lot of sacks, gives up a lot of pressures, hurries, everything like that. So, but I think despite that, I think they still move the ball. I think they still have success. Jamar Chase still has a good game. It's Chase versus Jefferson. And I think Carson Wentz is going to do the same thing. Carson Wentz can kind of, one thing that we have seen, I will say this, since KOC has been the head coach of the Vikings, is every time we do have a backup come in, which is a veteran backup, they light it up. We've seen that with Nick Mullins. We even saw it with Josh Dobbs a little bit. We've seen it with a couple of these guys. So I think one thing KOC can do is speak to a veteran quarterback, and Carson Wentz is no exception. I mean, he's no exception to that. So he's a gunslinger too in his own right. He can throw the ball down the field. He can extend plays. So I think he'll fit right into this offense. I don't think fitting into the offense will be the problem for a veteran quarterback, and we've seen that this system is veteran quarterback proof, at least
Yep.
for a quarterback that can handle the offense. You know what I mean? Handle the huddle. Knows how to read defense. Has the experience, and we've seen that when backup quarterbacks come in, the veterans come in, they're not necessarily losing a beat on offense. So that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I'm optimistic about, at least. So we'll see how good Carson Wentz is. If he's going to make stupid boneheaded plays and all that crap, then we're screwed.
You know,
We might go 0
oh
3.
yeah, for sure, for
During the
sure.
stretch.
But that's Carson Wentz football. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be an MVP type play and then end like Russell Wilson did and throw an interception and completely lose the game. But that's Carson Wentz football right there, JB. But
Yeah.
what I think I'm the most interested in is I want to see how y'all's defense plays with their back against the wall. This to me right here, Brian Flores may be auditioning for a head coaching job if he already isn't lined up for one. This is Brian Flores' moment to shine, I think. Backs against the wall. Put your team in a great situation to be successful, and we'll see how it plays out. Who you taking?
I'm going to take Minnesota Vikings. I think they win possibly from a last second field goal. I think the score is like 27-24, 30-27, something like that. Kind of
Damn,
you're on the
you're
edge of your
expecting
seat. There's going to be
points.
some stupid plays. There's going to be some great plays. There's going to be frustration. There's going to be excitement. I mean, I'm going to be like this up and down. I just already know it's going to go back and forth a little bit. And it's going to be one of those games that not a lot of people are looking to even pay attention to that game because it is ultimately two backups.
Out of the
But I think it's going to
backups.
be exciting. It's going to be one of the exciting 11 o'clock games. What sucks too is that you got the Rams and the Eagles playing at 11
Yeah,
o'clock too, which is
yeah,
stupid.
that's
Who put that schedule
yeah,
together? At least put that in the afternoon game.
yeah.
So
Probably a Cowboys fan because they put us against Chicago at 2 o'clock. Game of the week. Sure. I
Stupid.
like it. Why not? Why not? I'm assuming they're expecting points. That's probably has a lot to do with it. But
It's two big names. It's
yeah,
Dallas and
two
Chicago, just the cities in
two
general.
hundred. JB, one thing I saw, I'm sure you saw this stat out there too. The Bengals have given up 201 sack as Joe Burrow as quarterback. How do they expect to protect Browning? Uh, I don't know. Give
They're
me
not.
Brian Flores as
They're
the
not.
coach of the week. I don't even know if that's an award that they gave out. They probably should, but coach of the week. Give me Brian Flores. I am gonna I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm riding with you, Borba. I want juiced up Borba on Monday for the sake of this show. Give me the Vikings. Give
Yeah.
me the Vikings.
We just need the
Borba, another
execution.
team
Just need the execution.
for sure. Another team that's hot right now had 0 punts. They've had zero punts. Hasn't been done ever is what I think I believe I saw ever. And they're being led by Danny Dimes. The
Mhm.
resurgence. This guy's playing unbelievable. Are we overhyping him? Maybe. But what a test they have this weekend. A Titans defense that has been playing well. They've come up on the short end of the stick, but they've definitely showed progress. This team's progressing, which is great. Right? You got a hell of a first round pick who seems like he's going to be exactly what they wanted him to be. Now, boys, we got to learn how to slide. If we've learned anything already from week 1 and week 2 is quarterbacks, let's not get ballsy. Step out of bounds. Let's not get hurt. We don't need the extra shots. Slide. And honestly, when they slide, it might be the most annoying thing. If I'm assuming, bro, the frustration that I feel when like Jalen Hurts is running and then he slides last second, it's like, bro, just hit him, please. Could you imagine what the players feel having to hold that back? Ah, the frustration, bro. But do tell here, what are your expectations for this Colts team, and who do you think is going to win?
Well, I like everything that the Colts have done. They got playmakers all over the field offensively. O line is playing pretty good, and the thing is Danny Dimes isn't playing. He's not trying to do too much. He's being accurate. He's taking what the defense gives him. He's just playing smart, playing good football all around. And it's not like he needs to play crazy, but just the way that he plays in general, he's that type of quarterback that can extend plays, make plays with his feet. He's got a good arm. He can make pretty much any throw. I mean, when you kind of look at it, he can really make any throw. And having Tyler Warren, I mean, that's a
Yeah.
huge flex for them on offense is having a guy in Tyler Warren that's going to be the next up and coming superstar at tight end. Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, all these guys, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, having that run game, a quarterback's best friend is a good running game and a solid tight end. It's
Amen.
literally you put that in what football is. What is football? You sketch it into like a rock. Like I don't know. It's having a good run game and having a security blanket at tight end.
Secure blanket,
And they
yep.
got that. And the defense is a solid defense. It's a respectable defense. I think they keep it going. Now, on the other side, where you got Cam Ward and those boys, I think they're slowly improving week to week. And I think it's going to be a little bit closer than people think. But I like Cam Ward's progress. I like what some of the young pieces that they got in Tennessee. And I expect it to be a little bit of a close game, kind of a barn burner. But I think the
Yeah,
Colts
yeah,
do
yeah.
pull that one off.
Me too. Give me JT. JT should be player of the game here. Hey, you know what? I do believe the Colts got somebody from you guys. A guy that likes to do the
Can't bind him.
couple celebrations in the end
Yeah,
zone. Go
can't
bind
bind
him.
him.
Go bind him. Hit us off. He hit it. What did he hit us with that?
He's already a legend. He's
Yeah,
already a legend in
bro.
Indy.
What's
Celebrations are
crazy
crazy.
is what's crazy is if you hear him talk, voice does not match the face. Voice does not match the aggression. The voice does not match the style of player he is, and I think I love him more for that. Bro, I just want to see him get an interception just to
Yeah,
see what he's gonna do as a celebration. I'm
yeah.
gonna take the Colts with. I'm gonna take the Colts as well. Why not? Why not Colts? We
Three
already
0.
had this celebration. Give us a reason to overreact on Monday. Why not, Colts? We're behind them. We're behind you. All right. Now we got the Steelers heading over to New England to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, who came off of a terrible loss by a rookie mistake. Mike Tomlin, they asked him, is he going to be the kick return. And he quickly said, no, not for now. Maybe he'll get another chance down the line. Paraphrasing just a little bit there, but somewhere along those lines is what he said. What a crucial loss. I think we might the only reason that people are reacting the way they are is because the Steelers have been giving up so much points. I don't know what their DC situation is. Like I don't know if it's like similar to Dallas where how I said I feel like Dallas is just one of those things where we're kind of slowly starting to mold in. So to me, I believe it's going to get fixed. As a Steelers fan, Cheech did call on Tuesday and said, burn it up, blow it up, get him out. TJ Watt's going to get a hell of criticism if they lose this game. I don't see them. I feel like the defense finally picks it up. I think we see, sure, the conversation is going to be like, young team. It's the Patriots. The Patriots are pretty good. They're also led by Mike Vrabel. Vrabel, who had almost an entire team completely hurt and still somehow led the Tennessee Titans to the playoffs. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that this is going to be a great game because of who they're led by, but I still have the Steelers topping them. I'm going to say 24-20 Steelers. What do you got on this?
I like the Steelers in this game, but I think it's going to be a physical game. Obviously, Mike Vrabel always gets those boys ready to play. So
Yeah, he
um,
does.
Drake May is progressing. Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, Diggs out there, a couple of those guys. The offense has gotten better in New England, but I think overall, I think the Steelers should bounce back. This should be a game that they win. And I would say like 27-17, 24-17.
27.
Give me the Steelers in this one. I think they get back on track. I think the defense does improve a little bit, does look a little bit better, but that's because they are going up against Drake May, and he's going to have his ups and downs and stuff like that. But I think the defense looks a little bit better now. Are they going to be better season? I don't know. I don't know about as the season progresses, but there's a lot of question marks. Because of the age of that defense too. So we'll see. But I'm
Yeah,
taking the
for
Steelers.
sure. Yeah, that could be the issue in Pittsburgh right now is that they got a bunch of veterans that are slowly, surely figuring out how to play with each other. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be optimistic and say that's what it is. Steelers, we're gonna get it together. There's no way we're gonna give up another 30-point game. I don't think so. Not this Sunday, baby. But we do have for myself, I think this is probably the game of the week. You got the Rams heading over to Philadelphia, a young defense matched up with one of the best defensive lines in the league, also one of the best offensive lines in the league. Will the Rams have the strength, those young dogs, to get past the veteran team in Philadelphia? What do you think?
Man, this one, I mean, Rams were literally like one throw away from beating the Eagles last year,
One in the snow.
in the snow. And if there's a team that can just light up the Eagles offensively and take advantage of their lack of depth at corner right now, the
Mhm.
Rams can do it because you got some of those weapons. Kyron Williams running the ball and out of the backfield. Of course, Devontae Adams across from Puka. That's going to create some issues. So I think, man, it's going to be a close game. I still don't know who might win this game. My gut is telling me that Eagles are just going to pull it out at the end, but I kind of want to go for the upset in this one. I kind of want to take the Rams, and I know that some of my buddies they're usually watching the Robert Rosses and all those guys. They're usually commenting Eagles every morning, so they'd be pretty upset right now if I were to go against them. But I think the Rams can pull this one off. I think in the NFC, obviously you got the Eagles, you got the Packers, but the Rams are right there too. The Rams are right there too as one of
Yeah,
the best teams in the NFC. I think they can pull it
I,
off.
I I'm with you here. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm leaning towards the Rams as well. I think this is one of those games where hey, the Eagles have gotten away with some tight ones. Maybe not playing too great on offense. No passing touchdowns. How loud is it going to get for AJ Brown? AJ Brown, I did see yesterday there was an interview where they asked him after the Super Bowl that how long the high was for, and he said it was about 4 days, and then it kind of he just kind of moved on. He's one of those players that his performances, if he doesn't have like a great performance, he didn't really feel like he was involved. And that Super Bowl wasn't highly involved, right? It was a Saquon Barkley show. I wonder at what point that patience is going to be tested and how many losses before it gets loud enough for AJ Brown to request a trade. I'm not saying he needs to. At the end of the day, if you want to win, That's a team you want to be on. Now, but if you want to be the highlight reel of the team, probably not the offense you want to be in. It'll be interesting to see how that goes down the line. But give me the Rams this week. It's a rematch. They probably feel like they got snaked out last year in the snow. I'm sure they're telling themselves, hey, if this wasn't in the snow, we would have won that game, right? A lot of ifs, 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 ifs. But they got to get Kyron Williams going. Kyron
Yeah.
Williams is the key player for the Rams. If they can get him going, it's gonna go. It's gonna completely open up Tay and Puka Nacua, who've been playing very well. They had over 30 points last week. I expect them to have a similar role here in week 2. And why not take advantage of that secondary? Take advantage of the secondary, like you said. Give me the Rams. JB, the Bucks, Jets and Bucks. Bucks coming off of a massive win. Tyrod Taylor is getting the start for the Jets. It seems like Justin Fields is going to miss a couple weeks, so that'll be interesting. Tyrod Taylor, a vet, not a bad quarterback. What if he lights a little fire? No, not all right. I'm not even going to do it. Not even going to do it. I'm not even going to try to hype it up here. But the Bucks have the Bucks have struggled somewhat in the first 2,
Yeah.
kind of the third quarter, and then they seem to get it together in the fourth quarter. I don't feel like this is a game that you want to give a desperate team a chance to even get into it. I think the Bucks have to start off hot and they'll cruise to a victory. What do you think?
I think so too. And in the past too, this would be a game where I'd be kind of concerned about the Bucks. So this is kind of a test for them in the sense that they got to come out and they got to show up, because if they don't show up, they could easily be upsetted. You know what I mean? So I think you got to
Yeah.
show up. Baker's got to play good. The offense has got to be sound. You got to be moving the ball. Got to stay running the ball, get Bucky Irvin involved early. And then, of course, the plays are going to come with Mike Evans and the rookie, Emeka Egbuka. I think they're going to be making plays down the field. And I think if it, just play a sound game. Just play a sound game. Don't beat yourself. You don't want to beat yourself. And you want this defense to get after you either. Because if for some reason the Jets get up a little bit, one thing that they can do is kind of rush the passer a little bit. And you don't want to get in that situation. So got to come out. You got to put some points on the board, kind of control the game, and I think you'll be okay. I think they pull away at the end. I'd probably take them by 13, 14, like maybe like 28-14, 28-13, something like that.
Just a little pow, just a little
Yeah.
spanking for the kids. You got the Raiders heading over to the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. As of right now, Jaden Daniels is expected to be his game status will be determined tomorrow on Friday when he goes to practice. Hasn't practiced all week, but is going to practice Friday. They're going to see how he feels, and then that'll dictate whether or not he plays Sunday. I would lean on the side. It's early. It's a long season. Let's allow him to rest. Jaden's one of those guys that has not been sliding, trying to get the extra yard. Aaron Rodgers one time after they played Lamar Jackson, after the game, he went up to each other and said, "Hey, you got to learn how to slide." And that might have been one of the greatest advices he gave to Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is the GOAT of sliding now. That's Jaden Daniels gotta have the same mindset. I say sit him out, and if they do sit him out, I'm gonna lean with the Raiders coming off of a tough loss. They seem like they have a good defense. I've seen a couple interviews with Max Crosby talking about, defense is playing well. It's they're giving the offense opportunities. The offense just has to start to mesh. The stat line that gets me the most is seeing Geno Smith throw for 39 yards and Genti only having 19 carries. That can't be the game plan. We got to give Genti 30, 35 touches, whether it's handing it off to him or getting it out to him on a bubble screen or something short. Get it into this guy's hands. And if that does happen this weekend, give me the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, with Daniels out, this team kind of falls. You know what I mean? They don't have that prolific kind of two-way quarterback. So if Jaden Daniels is out, I like the Raiders too in this one, and I think their offense is slowly going to mesh together as the season goes on. Because obviously you got to get GT involved. You got to get him involved not only in the ground game but in the passing game as well. That's going to just make the offense flow a little bit better. And of course, you always got that boy Brock Bowers too. I mean, got to feed those guys. You got to feed those two guys. Get them in a rhythm. Get the offense flowing. The defense, they should do respectable. Even with Jaden Daniels, I'm kind of leading towards the Raiders. even if they were to get Jaden Daniels back. And I don't know why I think the Raiders
Optimistic.
can be competitive this year with whoever they play. So I think they're going to get a couple upset wins too. So
Yeah.
as long as Geno Smith can just control the offense, make the plays when needed, extend plays a little bit, get the ball out of his hands quick, and also just be efficient. Just be efficient and get the ground game going. That's what they need to do the most right now is get the ground game going. And I think it's going to make their success on offense better. Give me the Raiders.
All right. Give it Raiders. Atlanta's hoping the defense in the run game can be dominant. The Panthers trying to bounce back from mistakes and injuries. A young quarterback growing pains are still visible out there in Carolina. Give me the Falcons. I'm not going to waste too much time here.
Yeah.
We got to send people to work. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I'll take the Falcons too. The defense is
Atta
getting after
baby.
QBs.
Oh, Texans need a big dub to avoid an 0-3 start. Jaguars trying to show some consistency. We really don't know what they are. They kind of keep shooting themselves in the foot. There's an upset brewing. Is it really an upset? I don't know. I think Texans are desperate. Texans are desperate, but I think the Jaguars are up to something. They're up to something. They just can't keep shooting themselves in the foot. Trevor Lawrence, he's getting the little pick happy, a little too
Yeah.
pick happy. I like the Texans defense, but give me the Jags. I feel like there's a little more consistency on that side.
I'm going to go Texans. I think they get on the board this week. I think they get a win. Trevor Lawrence and that offense has been
God
kind of
damn.
struggling. The one bright spot out of that offense has been Travis Etienne, who's kind of like after a down year last year, he's coming back strong first 2 weeks. So I think Trevor Lawrence and the head coach are trying to figure things out. There's a little bit of miscommunication, arguing a little bit during the games. So right now, I think the Texans want it more, and I think they get on the board with a win this week. I think they finally get everything together and put into place after
All
two
right,
tough
Texans.
weeks. I think they get on the board.
All right, Texans. Let's see what they got. Saints and Seahawks. You got the Saint. Man, this game. Come on, Seahawks. Come on, Seahawks. At 12 with the 12th man on out there on the field. Come on. Give me the Seahawks. Give me
Yeah.
the Seahawks.
Yep. Expect some improvement by Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played pretty well last week against Pittsburgh. So I think you ride that into this week against the Saints, where Sam Darnold doesn't fall off, gets that offense going. Kenneth Walker gets going. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, they got involved last week pretty good. So I expect them to keep that same momentum. Seahawks.
And JB. The offensive player of the week, Dak Prescott. I said it earlier. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm almost. I feel disrespected that the Cowboys are only 1.5 point favorites, especially with the Chicago Bears missing their best cornerback. How the disrespect, that might be the easiest check to cash this week, JB. Give me the Cowboys in a butt whooping, in a spanking. We're gonna put these kids in timeout, and Ben Johnson's gonna had to have a legitimate conversation with Caleb Williams. That wasn't the guy he drafted. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna start raising some eyebrows out there in Chicago. Give me Dallas with the little pow pow.
I think this game is kind of a high action, high scoring game. And I think it's not going to be determined until about the fourth quarter
I
who's
hate
going
our
to win this game.
defense.
I think the Cowboys should win it, but I would say they win 34-27 in that area. If I'm a fantasy guy, start Caleb Williams, start Roma Dudze, start DeAndre Swift,
No,
start all these guys because they're going to put up numbers this week. I do not trust Cowboys
no.
defense at all. So the offense is going to have to win them a lot of games this year, and we're just going to have to see it. It's just the
Eberflus,
reality. It's just the reality of it.
Eberflus going back to his old team. I just feel like the defense is going to show out, and offense is going to continue to do what it's been doing. That's all I think. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Go back, watch the beginning of the show, and I really gave it to you. I really gave it to you on what the Cowboys are going to do. The Cardinals we're going to end with this one, JB. The Cardinals at the 49ers, both teams unbeaten. Cardinals riding the momentum, but the 49ers at home have strength. Brock Purdy is questionable going into week 2 this morning. Adam Schefter reported that he is going to try to play. I think they should sit him out, give him a rest. Mac Jones didn't look too bad last week. Allow them to do it one more time. The Cardinals are one of those teams that get really hot, but they have a hell of a drop. They allow teams to get back into games. I think this is a game that Shanahan can coach his ass off, keep his team in the game, and then really put pressure on the Cardinals to have to win it. But with that being said, I want the 49ers to win. I want the Mac Jones story to brew. I want that thing to start stirring. Why not? It would be a beautiful story. It'd be beautiful drama for the NFL. But give me Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. I feel like there's just the only thing that scares me of the 49ers is the fact that they have Robert Saleh back. And he's gonna get those boys amped up on defense. But outside of that, give me a big day for Marvin Harrison Jr. He's been left out just a little bit. Give me a big day for Marvin Harrison Jr. Give me the Cardinals.
You know, even if Mac Jones starts, I feel comfortable. I feel good with picking the 49ers in this one because Christian McCaffrey, he's looking good after these first 2 weeks of the season. They're making plays at the receiver spot with Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall. They're coming in. They're respectable. But here,
Respect.
man, now that I say that, I mean, the Cardinals do one of the strengths of the Cardinals is their secondary. So it's going to be a close game. I expect this game to come down to last possession in the fourth quarter. And I think 49ers can pull this off. I think they can pull it off, maybe a 3-point victory, 20-17, something like that.
I like it. I like
I
it.
think it's going to be a close game. And as long as Mac Jones is protecting the football, getting the ball out quick, and then, of course, just using his playmakers, McCaffrey's going to be heavily involved this game.
Yeah, buddy.
And I think they could pull it out just because I think the defense is going to get after Kyler a little bit. I'm still just not sold on Kyler Murray. Never have really been sold on him. So I think if they can get after him a little bit, make his life a little bit hell, I think the 49ers can squeak this one out. 3-0.
Kyler. Borb's not the only one that feels like that. That feels like the chatter on X, on ESPN, on all the talk shows. So why not go out and prove yourself this weekend? JB, before we end the show, I just want to let you guys know because we are a big WNBA show. The Indiana Fever played today, game 3, must win to advance in the playoffs. If you guys didn't know, the WNBA playoffs are going on right now. JB looks not interested whatsoever. That's okay. One time I did put on a WNBA game over a basketball game. Borb didn't like it when he was over. That's okay though. But I appreciate you guys joining us. Mike, Rob, I appreciate y'all in the comments. Much love, Matt, Nate, all you guys in the comments. I appreciate you. My mom, my wife, everybody that watches. I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for taking the time to get ready with us in the morning. This is Speaking Out Loud. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their lives. Love you guys.